다자하오, 여러분, 안녕하세요, minasan, konnichiwa. Today is the 3rd of March 2025 and this is my 17th weekly update and I'm also one day late yet again, right? So I was so busy yesterday doing something else that I completely forgot about recording the video. I did remember in the morning that, I should record this video and do my update, but as the day went by, I just forgot about it. So yes, let's go through with the update today, right? Let's go through the update today. So, yes. 이번 달에 한국에 갈 거예요. 네. So this month, I'll be going to Korea. So I did mention this in the last video. So because I know that I'm going to Korea this month, I have been focusing a bit more on Korean. So I'll talk about that later. So reviewing how I went last week, straight off the bat, I can say this is probably my weakest performance, my weakest weekly performance so far, right? So 2 hours of italki lessons, I only managed to schedule 1 hour. The one episode of Chinese drama with Migaku, I have still not done it. Right? It's still that same drama that I mentioned a few weeks ago. I'm still on episode 1. I'm still like on the first 10 minutes, right? So things are not going well. It's more of a timing situation. Like if I had more time, I could probably finish the episode, right? It's just really hard for me to get like a block of time that I'm undisturbed and I can have very focused and I can focus my attention very well, right? So that is probably one of the reasons why I have not been able to do this drama, which, to be honest, the drama looks interesting. I'm interested to know what happened. I like to know what will happen, but I just really haven't had the time to be able to just sit down and just finish it, right? So last week in the only Chinese lesson that I took, these are the vocabulary that I learned. I'll just run through them really quickly. 句子 for sentence, 变化 to change, 字幕 I think this is quite useful, right? Which is subtitles, right? 显示 so related to 字幕, right? So a computer mouse is a 鼠标 and of course a normal mouse is a 老鼠, right? So 浏览器 is a web browser and you would 安装插件 so you will install a plugin on your 浏览器 right? So 安装一个插件在我的浏览器 so I installed a plugin on my browser, right? And the last word is 视频 so video, right? So like to watch 我喜欢看视频 right? So I like to watch videos, right? So except for browser install and plugin, I feel the rest of these vocabularies pretty useful. Maybe also even 鼠标, right? Mouse, right? So I think those 4 words a bit more niche, but in the modern year of 2025, right? If you have to live your life in Chinese, you'll probably need to use those words, right? Or at least be somewhat able to guess that that's what is being referred to, right? So Korean, also only 1 hour of an italki lesson. I've been missing I've just been unable to find a right time that I can schedule a class with one of my teachers, and I think I haven't seen my teacher for about 2 maybe even 3 weeks, right, for this. So I'm gonna try to schedule one this week, like maybe right after this I'll try to schedule a class, right? But on the good news for Pimsleur, I did lesson 10, 11, and 12, and that's why there's 3 ticks over there. So I'm gonna try to finish as many Pimsleur lessons as I can, because Pimsleur is something that I can do on my own time. I don't have to finish an entire lesson, like that 30 minutes. I don't have to just sit down and do that. I can pause, I can continue. Pimsleur is quite easy to just stop and go, but of course it's probably slightly better if you can concentrate and dedicate 30 minutes of your time, right? Or at least 30 minutes of your attention, right, to do Pimsleur. But I do find that as long as you pause it at the right moment, it's pretty easy to just jump back into the lesson, right? I was gonna watch one episode of Korean YouTube with Mikaku, also did not do that, right? For Japanese, I did 1 hour of italki lessons. I watched my sub anime. I did one lesson of Pimsleur. I did not do Wagotabi. I did not watch my Japanese anime, right? With Mikaku, right? So since I got Mikaku, unfortunately, I've been extremely terrible at it. So I would say I did not make much progress on material outside of Pimsleur and italki classes this week. So this is probably my worst showing, right? So this week is going to be slightly difficult for me because I have relatives in town, so I will be spending time with them, which means I will have less time for personal hobbies like language learning. But let's try to be optimistic and go for as much as we can, right? So 2 lessons of italki this week. And the good thing about my Chinese teachers is that I typically am able to schedule classes with them on weekends because they do work on the weekends, right? So usually on Saturdays and Sundays is when I really get to catch up on my lessons, because I'll be able to wake up early in the morning. It's not a working day and I can take classes with them, right? I will try to watch that one episode of the Chinese drama with Mikaku. For Korean, probably after this, I'm going to try to schedule the class with my teacher that I've been having issues with scheduling, like finding a time that both of us can make a class. My other teacher is available on weekends, so that's also good for me, right? For Pimsleur, I will try to finish lesson 13. I'm actually halfway through lesson 13, so I'll try to finish lesson 13, and maybe if I can finish lesson 14 as well, right? I will also try to finish watching that one episode of Korean YouTube using Mikaku, right? It's actually a podcast episode, quite interesting, a bit advanced, but interesting nonetheless. For Japanese, an hour of lessons, probably also on the weekend. Do my typical sub anime. I'll try to do 1 lesson of Pimsleur level 2. And if I have any free time, just doing nothing when I'm out and about, I will try to play Wagotabi and start on the 2nd prefecture, right? So that I don't forget whatever I learned, right? I feel like I've forgotten like Wagotabi, the 1st prefecture, like how I became a master of whichever prefect. I feel like my memory is like failing me on that. And to also watch 1 episode of Japanese anime on Mikaku. And I think maybe this is a bit challenging, but I should try to find an anime that I'll be able to maybe something easier, maybe slice of life, right? So that's what I'm thinking, right, as of now, right? So hopefully this week I can make progress on material which is outside of just Pimsleur and italki. So this would be mainly Mikaku and also Wagotabi, right? So I'll try. So yes, that's the end of my update. I feel this month is going to be a busy and more difficult month. I can already foresee that I'm gonna be having trouble the following week, and of course towards the end of the month as I prepare to go to Korea and when I'm in Korea. So anyway, I just wanted to give you a heads up for that, for my very passionate viewers that watch my channel. But I know I'm pretty much just rambling on to myself. But like I said, this YouTube experiment that I'm doing is keeping me accountable, right? So I feel that I've definitely made progress, and I think doing this review of what I've done last week and planning what I do for the coming week really gets me moving forward, even if it's slow. At least I'm still moving forward, and I feel that I am making more progress than if I wasn't doing this vlogging of my weekly updates, right? So yeah. Anyway, I'm rambling again. That's the end for today's video. Thanks for watching, and I will try to upload on Sunday. Okay. Thank you.